So this is definitely, it's a good day. It's been a challenging day. It's a 2 videos in one day because I was going to do a little bit of a promo for a great event that's coming up, but I didn't want to just attach that to the vlog because, you know, people might just want the information about the event and not have to get through all this. But I felt like I should update about what happened with Halloween. We had a really great time. James did get back a little bit late and we ended up forgetting the camera. So we didn't get pictures like we intended, and it was pretty crazy. So even if we had a camera there, we wouldn't really have had time to take pictures. But the costumes came together great. Fortunately, we were both pretty warm, though by the time night fell and darkness had crept over, the cold had really set in, and we were feeling a tad numb. And for whatever reason, the big toe was the first one to go numb first. Haven't figured out why. But it was really great, all in all. I learned that James went as, you know, he went as Captain Grimm, and I went as a time-traveling amnesiac and who had a pet dragon, which I don't have on my hand anymore, but... And most people thought I was a vampire. Yeah, and I was like, yeah, that was not what I was going for, but, you know, I mean, this natural pallor is just years of being a writer. I mean, I go out and I work out outside, but it's usually before the sun comes up, or the sun's gone down, or, you know, there's not too much of it. So it's a little wonder I'm as pale as I am. But it was a great time. The kids had a wonderful time. I love getting to interact with the kids and letting them stay in character and treating them as if they are those characters to an extent. I mean, if I really saw some of those characters in real life, I probably would have a more hostile reaction. But I love seeing their faces light up when you call them Cinderella or Batman or Belle or Bumblebee. And of course, the most common ones that we saw last night were Batman, Spider-Man, and the Hulk. And one, it was so adorable. There was this little kid he was pretending to be the Hulk, and he had the full costume. He painted as well, and he was running around. And I asked him, "Am I going to see you in the movies on Saturday?" And he turns around and he yells, "Yes!" And then he tackles me. And he actually knocked me back a couple feet, you know, but I caught my balance, and his mom was like, "No, no, 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 don't tackle the nice vampire." Like, not a vampire. Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, gave him candy, and he was thrilled. He really liked hugs. And then I had a couple of other little kids who were coming up, and the thing I would do whenever the kids were ninjas was pretend I couldn't see them, because, you know, you're not supposed to see a ninja because they're so fast. And so once I did that, then that suddenly turned into this great game as far as they were concerned. And they started running. They would come up to me and they were tugging my skirt and then running away as I would say, "I can't see who's here. Who just pulled my skirt?" So it was a lot of fun. And James ended up talking to a number of the older kids who came through, because we had some teenagers who came through, and they ended up talking about marriage, which is a fascinating subject. And one of them was talking about how boring marriage is. And, well, at that point we were having a little bit of a quiet spell. So I'm hearing this conversation. It's like, you know, it's all fun when you're dating, but as soon as you as soon as you get married, it's no longer fun. And I come up behind him and I grabbed him by both the shoulders and I said, "Marriage is full of surprises!" And I think he almost had a heart attack. It was hilarious. And it's true, marriage is a lot of hard work, but the romance doesn't have to die and the surprises sure don't. It's not that hard to be mischievous, and I'm good at it. So, oh, anyway, He didn't say marriage was boring after that, at least in my hearing. But it was a lot of fun. I was thrilled to see so many new people there, and it's funny. For the most part, I am actually not an extrovert. I don't like people in my space, but I make an exception at Halloween. And, I had a lot of kids hug me, which was cool. You know, you get used to like, oh, I'm being grabbed, and it's okay. It's Halloween. Anyway, we had a wonderful time, then came back and had to do adult things like clean up and put away costumes and peel off makeup and stuff like that. And today's been very full. In fact, as soon as this video is over, I have to go hustle away to a meeting. But I really want to make sure this is done and keep pushing through and try and see what happens as I continue to make this a habit and push forward. But Nanowrimo's gone great. Got to work on Curse today. And, it's going very well. Like I said, I'm focusing more on getting that right rhythm, that perfect flow, so that it works, not just fits, I guess. But I also wound up working on Paradiso Comes because I had the perfect idea to use. And, when the inspiration strikes for a certain scene, you do not say no. You go right for it. And then, as I mentioned at the start of this, I have been prepping for the amazing Book Bash. That's my secret event. Well, not so secret. Surprise! It is a wonderful event. It's going to happen on November 4th, and it's called Mermaids, Murder, Matchmaking, and More Audiobook Extravaganza. Now, I want to add in Mischief or Mayhem, one of those, because they both start with M, and so I had a different title. I have to keep playing, like, which one is it actually? Yes, okay. Good to see. Anyway, it's going to be celebrating some really great stories, one of my favorites of which is Mermaids and the Vampires Who Love Them, which, as you know, if you've seen my blog, that's written by Deborah Goles. And I just can't wait for you guys to hear about it. I've got a review I'm planning to film and release for the book on Saturday, and hopefully everything will cooperate. Technology, don't cause me trouble. So I hope to see you there for that. I'm going to include information on the event as well as the raffle where I'm giving away a blue mermaid fin blanket as well as an audio copy of Mermaids and the Vampires Who Love Them. So I really hope to see you there, and I hope whatever you're working on this November, whether it's your books or it's surviving, because this is a pretty challenging time of the year, or reading or whatever, I hope it goes well. And feel free to share what you're up to. I'll talk to you later. Bye.